Good afternoon, all. Myself, Tina Sharma. I'm Senior Research Fellow at CSIR IMTech. Today we will be discussing about sample workflow of mapping of AMR determinants from nanopore data. So basically, in this session, we will be discussing about how do workflows work in Galaxy. So as you all are aware that the human genome sequence has profoundly altered our understanding of biology and human diversity and diseases. The path from the first draft sequence to our nascent era of personal genomes and genomic medicine has been made possible only because of the extraordinary achievements, advancement in DNA sequencing technologies. When we talk about NGS or high throughput sequencing analysis, we basically talk about the big data analytics, and which may includes the around 100 million sequences or reads per experiments and the sequencing of a random library. And there are several popular technologies which are being implemented for generating sequences of sample data like Illumina, Iron Torrent, and PacBio. But here I'm emphasizing nanopore min-ion technology because the data which I'm going to use for the for further analysis is retrieved from the nanopore min-ion sequences, which is an emerging and single molecular strategy that has made significant progress in recent years. So nanopore sequencing basically can take a variety of forms, but principally relies on the transition of DNA or individual nucleotide through a small channel. What if we have a big data which is a computationally intensive, we require dedicated tool and data types for this. And all of these computational resources uh, we can use via Galaxy. So this is how Galaxy looks like, and Rakesh has already discussed about the tools and how do we upload the data from this upload icon. And here is the working window and the history menu. So let's start with why do we need Galaxy? So for using Galaxy, you don't need to have a computer programming experience. So if you have the data, you can directly integrate the data. You can use tool. You don't have to you don't have to install a tool. So basically Galaxy is a scientific workflow, data integration and data and analysis persistence and publishing platform that aims to make computational biology accessible to research scientists. And the core values has already been discussed about it, like accessibility, reproducibility, and the transparency. So here is the workflow engine of Galaxy. And if suppose you have performed some task in Galaxy and you have generated some history, so from this history you can also make your workflow from the scratch. So here is the some depiction of these type of workflows which you can generate it from the history also. So since we are talking about the prediction of antimicrobial resistance, so which is the basically the ability of a bacteria to resist itself from the antibiotics which were previously used to treat them. And bacteria have in turn evolved many antibiotic resistance mechanisms to withstand the action of antibiotics. Like here you can see decreased uptake, efflux pump, inactivating enzymes, alternative enzymes, target alterations. So for understanding these resistance mechanisms, we need to have the catalog of resistance genes. So how do we predict these genes from the nanopore raw sequences data using Galaxy? This is what I'm about to discuss. So here in this Galaxy demo, for antibiotic resistant detection, we will basically cover, like, the questions are, how do I assemble a genome with nanopore data? Second is the how do I get more information about the structure of the genomes, like it is chromosomal or the plasmid mediated. And the third one is the how do I get more information about the antimicrobial resistance genes, like their accession number, what is the product of these genes, and the gene name, basically start and end position, basically the coordinates present in the reads. So the objectives of this session is to perform the quality control on reads, assemble a genome with Minimap2 and Mini-ASM and Recon, and determine the structure of the genome. And obviously the main focus is to identify the resistance genes using the STAR AMR. So in this tutorial, what we have basically refer a paper entitled Efficient Generation of Complete Sequences of MDR Encoding Plasmids by Rapid Assembly of MinION Barcoding Sequencing Data. So they have basically contain they have basically retrieved some two samples like Klebsiella pseudomonas plasmid mediated drug resistant mechanism to identify plasmid mediated drug resistance mechanisms, and the assembly will be performed using these tools which they have basically mentioned in this tutorial. So here is the screenshot of the workflow what I am going to perform. So these are the, like, we have the raw, if we have the raw sequences of nanopore sequences, we first need to do the quality control analysis. Then after quality control analysis, we will perform the either pairwise alignment you can perform or the de novo assembly. And after this de novo assembly, we will do for the scanning of antimicrobial resistance gene using the STAR AMR tool, which have already been embedded. Here is the Galaxy. This tutorial will cover basically how to obtain data, importing data into the Galaxy, then quality control using the nanoplot tool, and then de novo assembly will cover, and the species and the plasmid identification, then resistance genes. And this is I would also like to note that in this tutorial we are using metagenomic nanopore data, and this complete pipeline can also be used for the other data sets to identify the resistant genes. So basically in this experiment, what they have retrieved 12 MDR plasmid bearing bacterial strains, which includes E. coli or Klebsiella pneumonia, etc. And nanopore sequencing has several properties that make it well suited for our purpose. So after performing nanopore sequencing, we get long read sequencing technology offers basically simplified and less ambiguous genome assembly. Long read sequencing gives the ability to span repetitive genomic regions, and long read sequencing make it possible to identify the large structural variations. So first what we have to do while performing any analysis in Galaxy, we need to have the empty history. Your history should be empty, because having completion of all these tasks, we can make a workflow of what you have performed Galaxy. So first you need to have a history. You need to create a history of your own data set, like here they have mentioned. And for this you have to click on this plus icon at the top of the history panel, and if this plus icon is missing, you can go to this setting and then create new from the menu. So after generating your particular data set for this, so here is the sample data. Like I have used RB01.FASTA is a one sample data which contains multiple reads, and here is the header and here is the sequence. So this is basically the sample of only one organism. So after getting sample sequences, we basically we go to this icon, upload manager, and then paste. Either you can paste your data or you can upload your data from your local machine. So here I have pasted this URL, whatever given in this particular tutorial, and then you have to click to this start icon. And here you can check your status, whether it is completed or not. So it is 100% completed. Now your data has been uploaded to Galaxy server. And now the second task, since you are working with the multiple data sets, so you need to have a particular folder where you have collect all of this information. So for generating your particular folder, you have to go to these operations on multiple data sets like this. You have to click to this checkbox, and this checkbox will give you this build dataset list. here you have to give the name plasmids. I have given this name because I have taken plasmid sequences for further analysis, and after giving this name, you have to click this create list to have your own folder of name plasmid. Now, the first thing we want to do is to get a feeling for our input data and its quality. And this is done using the NanoPlot tool. NanoPlot tool, which gives you the multiple HTML reports, how your, what is your read length. So for this, you have to go to this tool panel. You have to give it the name NanoPlot, then it will give this particular window. And now you have to, because you are working with the multiple data sets, so you have to select the batch. The sequence is in the FASTA format. FASTA format you will select, and then your folder plasmid, which contains six samples of 6 bacterial samples. And then you will click on the execute. So after this will give this output. There are various reports like stats or HTML reports. So this, and you can see these output like this. The HTML report gives an overview of various QC metrics for each sample. And here, if I want to ask the question from my to know that what was the mean read length for RB01 sample. So here I can solve multiple questions. Like I have only given one example. So after completion of this task, we would like to basically perform the pairwise alignment. For pairwise alignment, they have basically used Minimap 2, which is a tool which has already been embedded in Galaxy. And for this इस experiment में they have basically used the same data, and this means that the sequencing they have basically Nanopore gives us the long reads. So to find these, we need to find the overlaps among the sequences. So to find these overlap, Minimap 2 is used. And this program, to run this program, we again we need to go through these tools, and we will type Minimap 2. And here you have to select a use a genome from history and build index. Like they are using reference sequences which have already been embedded in Galaxy. Like they are using some databases to predict these, to align these sequences. So this is reference based alignment. And then again you will use your particular folder in which you have contained your sample. Then they are single reads basically, so we have selected. So you have to like according to your sample data, you have to choose these parameters according to your requirement. What kind of sample you are having. And in this we are selecting an output format, TAF format. In TAF format, you basically get all of this description of your particular reads. So like the query name, query sequence length, your coordinates, relative strength, like forward or negative strength, and target sequence name, target sequence length, target start on the original strain, end on the original strand, and number of residues matches, and all of these description you will get from the Minimap 2 tools. And after pairwise alignment, we basically have generated an assembly, because there are several steps from the raw sequences to the complete genome sequences. We have to follow certain hierarchy. So we have basically, to generate the consensus sequences from the noisy long reads, we have basically generated, we have used mini ASM tool. And mini ASM tool basically takes input from the Minimap 2 tool, which I have described previously as the input, and output an assembly graph in a GFA format. So if after completion of this step, you will get a assembly graph. So simply what is the input? Input is the plasmid dataset contained file, and the Minimap 2 tools the PAF file which was generated previously. So the assembly graph output will be generated. And it is like if you have generated a assembly, so if you want to refine the refinement, they have basically used the Recon tool for the consensus construction, which I have kept this Recon tool basically. So the assembly graph which we have generated previously can be used for mapping again with the Minimap 2. But first the graph should be transformed to FASTA format, because we have till now we have the data in the assembly format. So for consensus assembly, we need to convert it into the FASTA format. For this, we will give the input to here the assembly graph generated by the mini ASM, and we will execute this for the further analysis. And here are the steps Minimap 2, what we are using to generate GFA2 FASTA format. We are giving it as an input and a single, and then the plasmids where the samples are samples are present. So there is a tool for visualized assemblies. So bioinformatics application for navigating de novo assembly graphs easily. So to get a sense of how well our data was assembled and to determine whether the contigs are chromosomal or plasmid mediated, we have used a bandage tool, and this bandage tool can give a clear view of the assembly. Like you have to give the input data which you have generated from the mini ASM tool, and it will give you these it will give you these graphs. And as you can see from these bandage output, we were able to assemble our data into fairly large fragments, but were not quite successful in assembling the full circular plasmid sequences. So what we did, so this particular problem can be overcome by using the unicycler tool, which is basically a refinement tool. So for this unicycler tool, the assembly tool we used in this tutorial are all implemented in unicycler tool, because uh, for assembly there are several data sets like SPADES, and there are several multiple data sets they use. So which will repeatedly run these particular tools like SPADES or Velvets on your data using different parameter settings, and you can set your settings according to your requirements, and then we basically give these inputs to unicycler. In unicycler, the assembly graph image or RB01 assembly with mini ASM tool. Here is the comparison mini ASM tool. Shows one unclear hypothetical plasmid, where the output of the unicycler tool shows at least two clear plasmids. And this has already been mentioned in this paper, what I have referred. So now we have assembled complete genome sequence, plasmid sequence from the raw nanopore sequence. So now we are basically we like to scan some contigs for the antimicrobial resistance genes, and there are certain databases or tools which are being used to identify drug resistant determinants. So like one is the most famous database is the res finder, or point finder, plasmid finder, or card database, which is a comprehensive database to identify antimicrobial resistance genes. So for this I have used star AMR tool, and this input for these file is the final assembly collection, which we have created using the unicycler tool in our previous step. So basically we have run this, and after these steps, and it basically generates 5 different output files, And summary.tsv file, a summary of all detected AMR genes or mutations in each genome, or one genome per line it gives. And res finder basically focus on the acquired resistance genes only. So a tabular file of each AMR gene and additional blast information from the res finder database, one gene per line. And point finder, a tabular file for of each AMR point mutation and additional blast information, settings.txt, and the result.xls. So basically, the most important file is the summary.tsv file, which I have given some screenshot of these files. So from these RB010, or what sample I have taken, the 6 sample I took for this analysis, and in these samples, and you can here see the data, see the drug resistant determinants, and this is the predicted phenotype, whether it is sensitive or resistant. Here is the percentage identity, overlap, high score, segment pairing, length, contigs, how many contigs, start and end position, as well as the session ID you can. And if you want to further go for if you want the detailed analysis of this particular drug resistant determinants, you may go through CARD database. In CARD database, you may get the entire information which has already been published in literature. So this is what I have prepared, and these are the steps what I have gone through to predict the drug resistant determinants from the raw sequences of nanopore data. And thank you. This is what I have prepared.
Only question.